Living this healing journey, the chosen one becomes a source of inspiration for others. Through their example, they show that healing is possible, that pain can be transformed, and that suffering does not have to be the end of the story. They become living proof that, no matter how challenging the path, there is always the possibility of redemption and renewal. This healing journey not only strengthens the chosen one but also equips them to guide and support others in their own journeys. Connection with the higher self and the divine is a fundamental practice for those who are committed to a deep spiritual journey. This bond represents more than a simple practice or ritual. It is a way of communing with one's essence and the infinite source of wisdom that guides us. The higher self, understood as the highest and most enlightened version of ourselves, transcends the limitations of the ego and the physical body. It is a consciousness that sees beyond immediate challenges and understands the greater purpose of our existence. When we connect with this presence, we access a source of peace, clarity, and guidance that surpasses intellectual knowledge. To establish this connection, it is essential to cultivate spiritual practices that silence the mind and calm the heart, creating space for inner wisdom to emerge. Meditation and prayer are powerful tools for this alignment, allowing us to tune into the divine and hear the silent answers that come from the higher self. During meditation, as we quiet our thoughts, we become receptive to the divine presence within us. By closing our eyes and sinking into stillness, we can feel a flow of energy and intuition that connects us to something greater, something that has always been there but that the rush of daily life often obscures. Visualizing oneself in contact with the higher self is a transformative practice. In a meditative state, one can imagine a more enlightened version of themselves, a being of light and compassion, that views life with a broader perspective. Ask this elevated presence about the next steps, the best path to fulfill your life's mission. Allow yourself to trust the subtle answers that arise, which may come as insights, feelings, or even images. The more you practice this connection, the clearer and stronger the bond with the higher self becomes, and the greater the sense of alignment with the divine purpose guiding your life. Connection with the higher self and the divine is also an exercise in surrender and trust. It means letting go of control over minor matters and trusting that a higher intelligence orchestrates the events in your life. It's about accepting that we may not always have immediate answers but that we are being guided along a path of evolution and learning. Often, this surrender manifests in situations where we cannot see the why behind certain challenges, but when we connect with this higher presence, we find peace and trust that each experience has a greater purpose. This surrender strengthens our faith as we feel we are not alone on this journey. We are accompanied, guided, and protected by a force that knows us deeply. Through this connection, the chosen one develops an even deeper sense of mission and responsibility. They realize that every action, thought, and decision must be in harmony with their spiritual purpose. The quest for self-knowledge intensifies because they understand that only by knowing themselves and cultivating this connection with the divine can they manifest their mission authentically and compassionately. Connection with the higher self is not something distant but something that reveals itself in the day-to-day, in small choices, and in moments when we choose to act with love, empathy, and courage. Overcoming skepticism and building internal trust are essential steps on the path of the chosen ones, especially when their spiritual journey leads them to explore unknown or misunderstood realms. Skepticism often arises as an inner voice questioning the legitimacy of spiritual gifts or personal purpose, particularly in a society that values the rational and the tangible. However, the spiritual path is, by nature, intangible, filled with mysteries and subtleties that cannot always be comprehended through pure logic. Chosen ones are frequently called to trust their intuition, to rely on signs that reveal themselves quietly, and to hold a faith that grows stronger even in the absence of concrete proof. Developing internal trust begins with accepting one's own experience as legitimate, regardless of external opinions. The spiritual journey is, above all, an individual and intransferable experience. The gifts, visions, and insights that the chosen ones receive are real to them and have a unique purpose in their development. As they begin to trust this experience, they abandon the need to validate their perceptions and learn to listen to the inner voice, which speaks with clarity and authenticity. This trust also manifests as a profound respect for their own path, knowing that even if no one around them fully understands, the chosen one is aligned with something greater, something that transcends the limitations of common understanding. Skepticism can also take the form of doubts about one's worthiness for these gifts and this journey. Many chosen ones ask themselves, why me, or am I truly worthy of this purpose? Overcoming these questions requires diving into self-knowledge and recognizing that each individual is a unique and irreplaceable channel of the divine. Internal trust is consolidated when we accept that we don't need to be perfect or have all the answers to fulfill our role. We are human, and it is precisely in our humanity, with all its nuances and challenges, that the power and beauty of the spiritual journey lie. To strengthen this internal trust, it is helpful to cultivate introspection and meditation practices that allow for a profound dialogue with oneself. Taking time to reflect on what truly resonates within, to understand one's values, and to define what is sacred in one's life are ways of solidifying this trust. When the chosen one knows themselves deeply, they are not shaken by external influences, as their faith is anchored in their own experience and connection with the divine. Spiritual practices that deepen this trust include journaling, prayer, and seeking spiritual mentors who respect the authenticity of the personal journey. Along this path, it's natural for the chosen one to encounter people or situations that test their trust. Some will question their beliefs or even their spiritual perceptions with skepticism and doubt. These moments, far from being obstacles, are opportunities for internal strengthening. They are challenges that invite the chosen one to reaffirm their commitment to their path, to look within, and to trust that they are guided by a higher force that supports them at every step. Each time they choose to follow their intuition, trust becomes more solid, and they draw closer to spiritual fulfillment. This process of overcoming skepticism and building trust is itself a form of spiritual service. Every person who walks with confidence and authenticity on their journey becomes an example, inspiring others to follow their own truths and to listen to their hearts. The chosen one thus becomes a beacon illuminating the path for those still seeking the courage to embrace their purpose. Through trust in themselves and their experience, they demonstrate that it is possible to live in harmony with the divine, even in a world that often ignores or disdains the invisible and the intangible. Spiritual awakening practices are valuable tools for those who tread the path of the chosen ones. These practices help cultivate a deeper connection with the divine, strengthen intuition, and develop skills that expand spiritual perception. Each practice, whether meditation, affirmations, visualizations, or grounding, plays a unique role in the process of self-discovery and evolution for the chosen one. Consistent commitment to these practices not only fortifies individual spirituality but also enables the chosen one to live with greater clarity, balance, and purpose, connecting to what is essential and true in their journey. Meditation is a fundamental practice that helps calm the mind and create space for inner silence, where the voice of the divine can be heard more clearly. It is in this silence that answers, intuitions, and insights arise, as the tranquil mind becomes receptive to spiritual wisdom. Meditation need not follow a rigid format. Each chosen one can adapt it according to their affinity, whether in deep silence to the sounds of nature, with soft music, or with mantras. Practiced daily, meditation becomes a cornerstone of spiritual life, allowing inner peace to flourish and become a constant state, regardless of external circumstances. Affirmations are another powerful tool for spiritual awakening, helping us align our beliefs with spiritual truth. Repeating phrases like "I am in tune with my purpose," "I am guided by the divine," or "I am light and peace" can reprogram the mind to a state of confidence and empowerment. Affirmations should be chosen carefully, resonating with what the chosen one feels as true in their heart. Over time, they replace limiting thought patterns and promote a heightened state of consciousness, where the chosen one feels more capable of honoring their spiritual mission. Visualization is a practice that allows the chosen one to connect with their higher self and project intentions for the future. Visualizing oneself fulfilling their purpose, radiating peace and light, or being a channel of love and compassion in the world creates a positive energetic field and attracts experiences aligned with these intentions. Visualization practice can include healing scenarios, where the chosen one sees themselves healing emotional wounds or images of interacting with spiritual guides. Over time, visualization opens the mind to new possibilities and strengthens the faith that the spiritual path is being guided by the divine. Grounding is an essential practice for those with high energy sensitivity. It allows the chosen one to connect with Earth's energy, balancing energies and helping to maintain emotional and spiritual stability. Grounding can be done by walking barefoot in nature, sitting in a position that allows one to feel contact with the ground, or visualizing roots connecting the body to the Earth's core. This process is crucial for the chosen one, who often absorbs energies from their surroundings, to remain centered and strong. Regular grounding practice strengthens presence and allows them to move with confidence and serenity, even in challenging environments. These practices of spiritual awakening serve as tools for connection and empowerment, helping the chosen one to cultivate a state of clarity, peace, and alignment with their purpose. Each practice contributes to creating a sacred space within, where they can access divine wisdom, recognize their true essence, and remain firm on their path. By committing to these practices, the chosen one enhances their ability to listen to the voice of intuition, recognize signs, and respond wisely to challenges that arise on their journey. Honoring one's spiritual calling and purpose is the bravest act a chosen one can perform. This journey of inner growth and self-discovery demands dedication and an openness to the unknown. Each step taken on the path of purpose expresses the essence, a way of reverencing the divine and illuminating the world around. The chosen ones with their light and wisdom can guide, heal, and inspire. As they progress on their journey, they come to realize that each experience and challenge they have faced was, in truth, an opportunity for growth and a strengthening of their faith. This honor to the call is not merely a choice, it is the purest expression of life's mission, something that transcends ego and immediate needs. Throughout this journey, the chosen one learns that purpose is much greater than personal goals or material achievements. It is something that touches the essence of their soul, aligning them with the greater good and inspiring them to become a source of light and love. Even if circumstances are challenging, there is always an inner strength that guides and supports them. This strength is the very reflection of the divine dwelling within each of us, a constant reminder that we are never alone. Those who honor their purpose know their role in the world is significant, not only for themselves but for everyone around them. With each act of compassion, each word of encouragement, and each gesture of generosity, the chosen one leaves their mark. This is the legacy of the chosen ones. A life lived with integrity, aligned with the highest spiritual truths and committed to serving others. This dedication to purpose creates a wave of light that spreads, reaching those who are seeking their path and inspiring them to pursue their own spiritual growth. As the chosen one advances, they recognize that spiritual awakening is a continuous process, with each phase bringing new lessons and opportunities for growth. It is a journey with no end, as the connection with the divine is something that expands and deepens with each experience. By honoring this path, the chosen one understands that true peace and happiness reside in living according to their essence, in being in harmony with their heart, and in allowing their light to shine without fear. To those who feel this calling, remember that your purpose is unique and valuable. Each experience, each challenge, and each moment of self-knowledge are part of a broader journey connecting you to the divine and the truth of who you are. Keep walking with courage and faith, knowing that by honoring your purpose, you illuminate the world around you. If this content resonated with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your experiences in the comments. Together, we form a community of chosen souls seeking to grow and evolve spiritually. Your journey matters, and your light makes a difference in the world. As changes in bodily energy manifest through vibrations or tingling in specific areas, especially the hands, feet, and head, these physical signals reflect the opening of energy channels, commonly known in various traditions as chakras or meridians. Feeling a subtle tingling or pulsation in these areas indicates that energy is flowing, with our energy centers activating and tuning into a new spiritual frequency. The awakening of each center can bring new perspectives, abilities, and ways of understanding the world. In this way, the body becomes a channel, a vessel opening to a deeper connection with the divine. During this phase of energetic transformation, it is common for chosen ones to experience vivid dreams or even visions during moments of silence and introspection. These dreams and visions are not mere creations of the mind, they are signs that indicate an opening of our spiritual perception. The energy flowing through the body connects us to a reality beyond the physical, where we can access messages, intuitions, and even spiritual guides who assist us in our journey. This new level of perception, however, requires us to remain grounded, learning to balance spiritual experience with the responsibilities of the physical world. This energetic transformation also brings greater sensitivity to food, environments, and even people. We begin to notice that certain foods, for example, leave us feeling energetically heavy, while others promote clarity and lightness. It is as if the body becomes more selective about what it consumes and what it wishes to avoid, guided by the awakened inner wisdom. The same principle applies to the environments and people around us. Dense places or people with heavy energy become increasingly difficult to bear for long periods. This newfound sensitivity encourages us to seek environments and companions that elevate our frequency. The journey of awakening requires that we care for our energy with the same attention we give to our physical body. Practices such as energy baths, meditation, visualization, and even contact with nature become essential to recalibrate our energy and restore internal balance. By caring for our energy in this way, we prepare ourselves for a deeper connection with our spiritual purpose, ensuring that the body is in harmony with the spirit's journey. The concept of being chosen carries a spiritual weight and a responsibility that goes far beyond common understanding. Being chosen does not mean having superiority over others. Rather, it means accepting a spiritual mission that requires dedication, compassion, and often sacrifice. Those who identify as chosen know, deep down, that they have been called to live a life with a unique purpose, one where ego and personal gain take a back seat. This journey demands dedication to the collective good, a devotion to something that transcends the individual and reaches the universal spirit. The call to be chosen involves, first and foremost, a profound sense of responsibility toward one's gifts. Every ability, insight, and experience is a valuable resource, not for personal glory but for service and support of others. Spirituality is not seen as a gift for oneself but as a path to help transform the world, a spark that lights the way for those still seeking answers. Being chosen means becoming an example, a silent guide who does not seek recognition but whose value is expressed in the ability to help, heal, welcome, and inspire. However, this role is not without challenges. The chosen path is often solitary, marked by periods of introspection and even misunderstandings with those who do not grasp their view of life. This solitude, however, is a time of strengthening, where the chosen deepens their understanding of themselves and their purpose. Dealing with misunderstanding and, in some cases, rejection, teaches the chosen the value of humility and perseverance. This isolation allows them to shed external influences and strengthen a direct connection with their essence and with the divine. Spiritual responsibility implies maintaining the integrity of one's gifts, cultivating wisdom and discernment to use them with ethics and compassion. A chosen one is aware of the impact of their words and actions, understanding that they are always under the universe's watchful eye, which observes and guides them. They realize that their actions resonate beyond the present, influencing future cycles for themselves and those around them. Thus, the chosen practices full awareness, reflecting on the impact of their choices and constantly seeking to align with the greater good. In practice, the chosen one is called to question how they can best serve. With each new challenge, they ask themselves how they can use their experience and light to benefit others, understanding that obstacles on their path are not only personal lessons but tools to help others in similar moments. With each pain overcome, they develop more empathy and become a living example of spiritual overcoming, someone others can look to for inspiration. Ultimately, the journey of the chosen is a mission of love. This love is expressed through silent acts, through attentive listening, a helping hand, a comforting word. It needs no applause or grand public gestures. Satisfaction lies in knowing they are fulfilling a higher calling, helping to sow light in a world that often needs it. Being chosen is to accept that one's life is a gift for the common good, that every lesson, every joy, and every pain is in service of a higher truth. Energetic sensitivity is a hallmark of the chosen. This profound level of perception goes beyond ordinary empathy. It is a sensory openness that allows them to intensely and even viscerally perceive surrounding vibrations and energies. Often, this energetic sensitivity means absorbing, consciously or unconsciously, the emotions and states of mind of those around them. For the chosen, crowded or emotionally charged places can bring a sense of fatigue, heaviness, or discomfort, as if they are being flooded by external energies that overwhelm their system. This connection with the world around them can be both a blessing and a challenge. It allows a deeper understanding of the human experience while requiring conscious effort to balance and protect one's energy. Being energetically sensitive may mean tuning into frequencies that others may not perceive, including subtle changes in the environment and variations in the vibrations of places, objects, or even thoughts. This makes the chosen naturally intuitive and connected to the spiritual world, but it also makes them more susceptible to exhaustion and emotional depletion. To remain balanced, the chosen one must learn to cultivate energy self-care and protection practices that allow them to preserve their inner strength. Energy self-care is essential for those with this sensitivity. Personal energy is a valuable resource that must be preserved, as depletion easily leads to imbalance, confusion, or disconnection from one's essence. Caring for one's energy involves practices that help strengthen the aura and establish clear energetic boundaries. These practices may include visualizing protective light, taking herbal energy baths, grounding, and meditation. Each technique helps center the mind and create a natural barrier of protection against external influences. Grounding, for example, is a powerful practice for those who feel the need to anchor themselves to the earth, to stabilize their energies and strengthen their connection with the present moment. This practice involves visualizing roots extending from the feet to the earth's center, allowing excess energy to be released and the body to feel more stabilized and secure. Grounding is especially helpful during moments of anxiety or when the chosen feels they are absorbing too much surrounding energy. It serves as a reminder of their connection with nature and the importance of remaining anchored in the here and now. Besides protection practices, energy self-care also involves developing the ability to say no. For those whose mission is to help others, it is common to feel the need to be always available, but this attitude can lead to exhaustion. Learning to set boundaries and knowing how to refuse invitations or situations that drain energy is a way to preserve balance and avoid overload. Honoring these boundaries expresses self-respect and acknowledges that to help others, one must be well with oneself. Another important aspect of self-care is energetic cleansing of one's living space. The energy of one's residence has a direct impact on emotional and physical well-being. Maintaining a clean, harmonious, and organized environment helps balance and protect personal energy. Techniques such as using incense, crystals, plants, and soothing music can transform the space into a personal sanctuary, a refuge where the chosen can recharge and find peace. Finally, energetic self-care involves a commitment to regular introspection and reflection practices. Meditation and silent contemplation offer the opportunity to reconnect with one's essence, observe the flow of one's energy, and understand what the body and spirit are trying to communicate. Energetic sensitivity is a gift but also a reminder of the need to stay aligned with oneself, respect personal limits, and treat energy as a sacred resource. This practice allows the chosen to live fully and authentically, using their sensitivity as a means of profound understanding and connection with the world around them without losing sight of their well-being. Refining spiritual skills is a continuous and natural process for the chosen, bringing with it a daily dedication to internal development and the enhancement of the gifts with which they have been blessed. Along the journey, those who recognize themselves as spiritually sensitive and connected to a higher purpose discover that their gifts evolve and intensify over time, requiring a constant pursuit of self-knowledge and the expansion of their own consciousness. The spiritual path is a learning trajectory involving practice, discipline, and a genuine desire for growth, allowing the gifts to become deeper, more precise, and more useful for one's life mission. This evolution begins with understanding that spiritual abilities, like any human capacity, can and should be cultivated. Many chosen ones possess a strong intuition, sharp perception, and innate sensitivity from childhood, but with time and dedicated practices, these abilities can transform into powerful gifts and sources of guidance. Intuition, for instance, is a skill that, when developed, goes beyond mere sensation and becomes a reliable guide pointing the way in various situations. Refining intuition involves the regular practice of observing and trusting one's internal perceptions. A highly effective way to strengthen intuition is through meditation and mindfulness. These practices allow the chosen to learn to differentiate what comes from their inner self versus external influences and fleeting desires. Meditation brings clarity and open space for a more receptive mind, allowing intuitive responses to flow naturally. As the chosen one builds trust in their intuition, they begin to recognize messages and signs with greater precision, learning to distinguish genuine inspirations from the mind's noise. Another important aspect of spiritual refinement is discernment. On the path of the chosen, discernment acts as a compass guiding them amidst the abundant information and stimuli offered by the world. With practice, discernment transforms into an essential ability for understanding when to follow a path or when to step back, evaluating each situation and decision in light of a higher purpose. To strengthen discernment, it is essential to study and reflect on spiritual and philosophical teachings. which provide a foundation of wisdom and depth. Reading sacred texts, studying ancient philosophies, and connecting with the wisdom of spiritual masters and guides help broaden understanding, offering tools for the chosen to see beyond appearances and make choices aligned with their purpose. Visualization practice also contributes to refining spiritual abilities. Visualization allows the chosen to connect with their desired future, aligning with the energies and frequencies they wish to manifest in their lives. When practiced regularly, visualization strengthens the ability to create a reality resonant with their purpose while enhancing mental focus and clarity. Visualizing positive situations, environments, and feelings helps expand the capacity to attract and manifest what aligns with the greater good. Another crucial point for spiritual development is mastery over one's own energy. The chosen frequently possess elevated energy and a natural capacity to influence and inspire their environment and those around them. However, for this energy to be channeled harmoniously, it is necessary to learn to control it. Energy control can be cultivated through grounding exercises and practices that help center the mind and stabilize emotions. Mastering one's energy becomes especially important during challenging situations. By being in control of their energy, the chosen can remain calm and balanced, unaffected by external imbalances. Prayer and connection with the divine play a fundamental role in spiritual refinement. Prayer is a form of dialogue with the sacred that strengthens faith and provides clarity to the chosen one's path. It serves as a source of comfort and guidance, offering insights and answers that light the way forward. This ongoing dialogue with the divine nurtures the soul and offers a higher perspective on life, allowing the chosen to see challenges as growth opportunities and understand their role in the greater divine plan. Over time, with dedicated practice and discipline, the chosen begin to notice an expansion of their capacities and a profound maturity in their spiritual journey. The gifts and abilities that once seemed like personal traits evolve into valuable tools for fulfilling their purpose. This unwavering pursuit of improvement allows the chosen to stay attuned to their spiritual calling, prepared to serve and illuminate the world around them. Loneliness is a profound, often inevitable element in the path of those with a high spiritual calling. For the chosen, solitude is not a state of abandonment or forced isolation. Rather, it is a sacred space where worldly distractions fade, allowing the spirit the opportunity for introspection and strength. Many on this journey experience, at some point, the weight of being misunderstood, feeling a natural separation between their essence and the way the world around them perceives reality. This distance, which may seem painful at first, is an invitation to self-discovery. During this phase, the chosen often feel a disconnect from the structures and patterns that once formed a part of their life. Friends, environments, and even vocations that once seemed essential begin to lose meaning. This happens because, upon entering a process of awakening and purification, the chosen becomes more sensitive to the energies and intentions around them. Their soul, thirsty for truth and authenticity, begins to reject all that does not resonate with their deep essence. This transformation is gradual yet firm, and over time, the chosen finds themselves distanced from situations and people that, while part of their history, no longer feed their soul in the same way. This period of solitude serves as a spiritual cocoon. Just as the butterfly needs time in its cocoon to strengthen before opening its wings, the chosen one requires this time to understand what truly belongs to their essence and purpose. Solitude, though challenging, is where the spirit delves into its own mysteries, where silence becomes a source of revelations, and where the true self begins to emerge with clarity. This is a moment of internal reorganization, where priorities are redefined, and the connection with the sacred deepens. In this isolation, the chosen learns to trust themselves and their direct connection to the divine without seeking external approval or validation. This trust is vital, as it provides the courage to continue the journey despite adversity or criticism. Solitude, therefore, becomes a tool of strength, an opportunity to build a more intimate and authentic relationship with oneself and the divine. This phase also teaches the chosen the importance of being their own guide and support. Rather than seeking answers outside, they begin to discover the wisdom within their own heart and spirit. This valuable lesson strengthens spiritual autonomy and prepares the chosen for future challenges, where their connection to themselves and the divine will be their main source of guidance and security. When embraced and understood, solitude becomes a fertile ground for healing and self-discovery. In solitude, the chosen confronts their shadows, acknowledges their wounds, and begins to transform them into wisdom. They learn to accept their vulnerabilities and to value them as integral parts of their being, becoming a more whole person, capable of understanding others' pain with compassion and empathy. This process also leads the chosen to seek quality over quantity in their connections. Emerging from this period of isolation, they develop a keener sense of discernment, recognizing which relationships truly nourish their soul and which are based on superficialities. This discernment allows them to build a genuine support network with people who respect and understand their journey, even if silently and discreetly. Finally, solitude in the path of the chosen is a reminder that they are called to something greater. This period, which may seem bleak to some, is preparation for when, strong and aware of their purpose, they can share their light with the world. They understand that their mission is not to be understood by everyone but to be a source of inspiration, even if silent, for those who are still seeking their spiritual path. And when they meet other chosen ones, there is a silent communion, a wordless understanding, as their spirits resonate on the same frequency of seeking and truth. The divine purpose is the guiding star in the chosen one's journey, a spiritual compass pointing the way. This mission is, above all, an inner calling that transcends ego and personal needs, leading the chosen to understand that their life is part of a larger plan. Unlike common life goals set based on external ambitions or societal pressures, divine purpose is a vocation that manifests quietly but powerfully in the depths of the soul, awakening a desire to serve and contribute meaningfully to collective well-being. For the chosen, this mission is an intrinsic part of who they are. It feels as though the purpose has been written on their hearts since birth, intensifying over time, especially as they begin to awaken spiritually. However, recognizing and accepting this purpose may not be an easy path. Many encounter resistance, as this calling often requires letting go of superficial aspirations and embracing what is essential and true. This requires courage, a willingness to confront one's own limitations, and an openness to transcend expectations imposed by the world. At the core of this mission is the desire to be an agent of transformation, someone who brings light where there is darkness, healing where there is pain, and wisdom where there is confusion. Each action, word, and choice of the chosen ones is guided by the desire to promote love, understanding, and spiritual evolution. They know that their lives are not just about personal achievements but about positively and enduringly impacting others. They feel that their existence is intertwined with the collective destiny and that by following their purpose, they also contribute to the growth of all humanity. This mission often reveals itself through small signs and moments of intuition when something within the chosen awakens and tells them they are on the right path. These moments of clarity and alignment are precious as they confirm that they are living according to what the divine has planned for them. Still, the divine purpose does not manifest in grand revelations. More often, it appears in daily life, in small gestures and sincere actions. The chosen learns that their mission can be as grand as inspiring profound change and as simple as offering support and compassion to those they meet. Following this purpose requires humility, for the chosen understands that they are not the author of their mission but rather an instrument in service of something greater. This understanding brings a sense of reverence for life, and they begin to view each day as an opportunity to serve, learn, and grow spiritually. Even in the face of difficulties and uncertainties, the divine purpose provides an anchor that keeps them steadfast and determined, knowing that their path is not random but carefully crafted to develop their capacity to love and understand the needs of others. This spiritual calling is not imposed. It is an invitation, a loving challenge from the divine for the chosen to explore their highest potential. Through free will, the chosen one can choose to answer this call or ignore it, but those who accept it quickly realize that in doing so, they find a profound sense of fulfillment and peace. Although the path may be challenging, it also brings immense rewards, such as the feeling of living a life with purpose, where each experience, each obstacle, and each victory has deep meaning. By understanding and embracing their divine purpose, the chosen also inspires others to seek their own missions. They become a source of light and inspiration, demonstrating that despite adversities and trials, it is possible to live a life aligned with the heart and soul. Each step taken toward purpose strengthens the chosen's confidence and commitment to their mission and simultaneously paves the way for others to follow, creating a chain of transformation and healing. Ultimately, divine purpose reminds the chosen that they are part of something far greater than themselves. It is a call to transcend societal limitations and instead live a life guided by love, compassion, and truth. They understand that their mission is unique but connected to the whole, and that by fulfilling their purpose, they also contribute to the divine plan that encompasses all creation. This understanding brings a sense of unity, knowing that each soul fulfilling its mission contributes to the universe's harmony. Healing emotional wounds and scars is essential for the path of the chosen, as these marks often arise from intense and transformative life experiences. The process of emotional healing is not merely an adjustment for following the purpose. It is a requirement, as each wound carries profound lessons and opportunities for growth. For the chosen, these scars represent not only past challenges but also latent wisdom, a power of resilience that can only be revealed when there is a willingness to face and transform pain. Emotional wounds may stem from difficult relationships, losses, rejections, or situations that profoundly challenge the spirit of the chosen. These moments, as difficult as they seem, are part of a larger plan and are often the experiences that best prepare the chosen for their mission. Understanding that this pain is not punishment but an opportunity is the first step toward true healing. The chosen learns that by embracing and welcoming their wounds, they become stronger and more resilient, developing a deeper understanding of others' pain. Healing, however, is neither a simple nor a quick process. It requires time, patience, and an ongoing willingness to revisit parts of oneself that may be fragile. In many cases, these wounds have been suppressed, buried under layers of emotional defenses, and removing and examining them requires care. In this process, self-compassion is essential. The chosen learns to be gentle with themselves, forgive their flaws, and embrace their vulnerabilities as sacred parts of their being. They realize that healing is an act of self-love, a journey of acceptance and redemption. During this process, intense feelings and repressed memories often arise. These feelings can include anger, sadness, or guilt, and it is common for the chosen to feel the need to release these emotions. Emotional release is a natural and healthy part of healing. It is the way the body and mind find to let go of accumulated burdens. Practices such as journaling, meditation, and therapy are tools that allow the chosen to process these emotions constructively, integrating lessons and accepting that their vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Each emotional scar, when properly healed, becomes a mark of wisdom and experience. The chosen realizes that their empathy deepens as they now understand pain in a personal and real way. They can connect with people in a way that transcends words, as their journey of healing becomes a bridge to understanding and supporting those who are also suffering. By healing their wounds, the chosen becomes a channel of healing for others, offering not only advice but a presence radiating genuine compassion and understanding. This transformation not only expands the chosen's capacity to serve the world but also strengthens their sense of purpose. They understand that each wound carried a specific lesson, a preparation for the mission they came to fulfill. By recognizing the spiritual value of their experiences, they begin to see their healing journey as an essential part of fulfilling their divine purpose. The chosen becomes someone who not only overcomes their pain but also transcends it, reaching a vision of themselves deeply rooted in love and acceptance. Ultimately, healing is an act of liberation. Each healed wound frees the chosen from the chains of the past, bringing them closer to their essence and purpose. They see their scars as symbols of transformation and resilience, and their story of overcoming is a testament to the power of the human spirit. By fully accepting their healing journey, the chosen becomes whole and ready to embrace the next phase of their mission, confident that with each healed wound, they become a more compassionate, strong, and aligned being with their true self. Deepening the connection with the higher self and the divine is a fundamental step for the chosen ones, as this relationship ensures that every decision and action is guided by a greater wisdom. The higher self represents the purest, highest expression of being, a spiritual essence that transcends ego and material limitations. Connecting with this divine aspect of oneself is more than just a practice. It is a path that enriches life and brings clarity and purpose. The first step in strengthening this connection is the practice of presence. Presence teaches us to be truly aware and attentive to the present moment, where the voice of the higher self can be heard without interference. Meditation is a powerful practice for achieving this presence. In moments of silence and introspection, it's possible to calm the mind, allowing intuition and the wisdom of the higher self to reveal themselves naturally. Through meditation, the chosen one finds a safe space where the divine can communicate without the noise of the everyday mind. This state of calm and openness creates a bridge between the material world and spiritual consciousness. Visualization is another tool that helps the chosen one strengthen this connection. By visualizing oneself in a state of wholeness and peace, it's possible to tune into the energy of the higher self. Visualizations involving light, energy, or nature are effective ways to raise frequency and connect with the divine. The chosen one can imagine being surrounded by a protective and loving light that radiates peace and wisdom, reminding them that the divine presence is always by their side. The practice of asking questions and listening for internal answers is also a valuable way to access the higher self. Often, the answers we seek are not found outside but within, in the place of peace and wisdom that the higher self represents. Asking a simple question like, "What does the divine want me to learn from this situation?" can bring profound insights. The answers may not come immediately, but with patience and trust, the chosen one realizes that the divine responds in subtle and unexpected ways, through intuition, synchronicities, and inner guidance. Cultivating gratitude is another practice that strengthens this connection. Gratitude opens the heart and aligns us with a frequency of abundance and love, the natural state of the higher self. When the chosen expresses gratitude, they create a resonance with the divine, reminding themselves that every experience, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth. Gratitude allows the chosen one to see life from a broader and more generous perspective, facilitating communication with the higher self and making them more receptive to divine messages. In addition to individual practices, nature offers a sacred space for connecting with the higher self and the divine. Nature is constantly in harmony with the spiritual laws of the universe, and by spending time in natural environments, the chosen one can feel this harmony and let it resonate within themselves. The silence of a forest, the sound of waves, or the sight of the stars remind the chosen that they are part of something greater, part of a universal web where everything is interconnected. This natural setting itself becomes a catalyst that facilitates the encounter with the divine. Connecting with the higher self is also a path of self-discovery and self-knowledge. The more the chosen one knows and understands their own feelings, thoughts, and reactions, the more they can identify and distinguish the voice of the higher self from the voice of the ego. The higher self speaks with calmness and clarity, offering profound and compassionate wisdom, while the ego often reacts with fear, haste, or judgment. Learning to distinguish these voices is a skill that requires practice and patience, but over time, becomes an essential tool on the spiritual journey. As the chosen one strengthens this connection, they begin to realize that the higher self and the divine are not outside them but within. This awareness awakens a feeling of unity, a certainty that they are part of something much greater and more loving than they could imagine. The higher self is the inner guide that has always been present, waiting to be recognized and heard. This understanding brings peace and confidence to the chosen one, for they know they are not alone. There is a greater force guiding their steps. Thus, the connection with the higher self and the divine becomes an ongoing relationship, one that transforms the life of the chosen into a path of purpose and fulfillment. They learn to lean on this connection, to listen to and trust in the wisdom it offers, becoming a clearer channel for the light and love of the divine. Overcoming skepticism and building internal confidence is a crucial step in the journey of any chosen one. This process involves developing a deep faith in oneself and in the connection they feel with the divine, a confidence that transcends external doubts and questions. Skepticism, especially at the beginning of spiritual awakening, is natural, as our minds are trained to understand and validate everything logically. However, the spiritual experience doesn't always fit into rational explanations. It reveals itself in the subtlest details and the deepest sensations, those that only someone who lives them can truly understand. For many chosen ones, the first challenge is trusting in their own experiences, even when they defy conventional understanding. Spiritual experiences often manifest as sudden intuitions, inner visions, or an inexplicable peace, and it's common for these manifestations to raise doubts. After all, society teaches us to trust logic more than intuition. Developing this internal confidence is an exercise in self-validation, learning to honor what one feels and believing that what they see and perceive in the spiritual world holds value and meaning. It's important for the chosen ones to recognize that others' skepticism can often reflect the skeptic's own insecurities about the spiritual realm, not a universal truth. Sometimes, the skepticism of those around them stems from fear or resistance to the unknown, not from a desire for deeper understanding. Therefore, the chosen one's confidence should be anchored in their own heart, regardless of how valid it may appear in the eyes of others. On this journey, what matters is the direct, personal connection with the divine, something that cannot be entirely measured or explained. As they seek self-confidence, chosen ones also learn that doubt doesn't need to be seen as an enemy but as a teacher. When used constructively, doubt becomes a tool for discernment. Questioning can lead to reflection and growth, helping the chosen one refine their understanding of the spiritual path. Instead of fleeing from doubt, they can embrace it as part of the learning process. In this embrace, they give themselves the opportunity to deepen their spiritual practices and further develop their connection with the higher self. Cultivating a supportive environment is also essential to overcoming skepticism. Being surrounded by people who understand and respect the spiritual path helps solidify internal confidence. Joining communities of like-minded souls, sharing experiences, and reading about the journeys of other chosen ones can bring comfort and inspiration. By realizing they are not alone, the chosen one gains courage to move forward even amidst doubts and uncertainty. These exchanges with people on a similar journey are like anchors that keep the spirit steady, especially during moments of questioning. Practices of self-awareness, such as meditation and journaling, help strengthen this confidence. Meditation silences the internal noise and connects us to our deepest essence, the part that always knows the truth. Through journaling, the chosen one can record their experiences, impressions, and doubts, creating a safe space to reflect on the journey without judgment. Over time, these records reveal a pattern of growth and learning, a trajectory that helps build a clearer view of their own spiritual truth. Additionally, chosen ones should remember that spirituality is, above all, a personal experience. Internal experiences are intimate and unique, and the understanding they bring is precious. The spiritual journey doesn't require external validation to be real. In fact, many of the greatest spiritual revelations happen in moments of isolation, when the chosen one is alone with their higher self and the divine. It is in these moments that the chosen one finds the deepest foundation of their faith, unshakable trust in their own connection and purpose. In the end, the chosen one becomes able to trust that their path, however unique and sometimes misunderstood, is authentic and valuable. They learn that skepticism can coexist with faith and that both can guide them toward their purpose. Internal confidence strengthens as the chosen one progresses, and they realize that each experience and each doubt overcome is a step toward the truth. Over time, this truth becomes clearer and more powerful, becoming the light that illuminates the way for all those ready to walk alongside them. Spiritual awakening practices are essential for anyone on the path of the chosen, as they help nourish the connection with the divine and develop a clearer vision of their purpose. These practices serve as both tools of self-knowledge and spiritual fortification, allowing the chosen one to feel grounded and at peace on their journey. When incorporated into daily life, they help expand consciousness, clear surrounding energies, and raise personal vibration, which facilitates inner transformation and alignment with higher spiritual frequencies. Meditation is one of the most powerful practices for spiritual awakening. Through meditation, the chosen one finds a space of silence and presence where they can observe their thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them. This practice opens the door to a deep connection with the higher self, allowing intuition and inner wisdom to surface. Regular meditation also strengthens inner peace, essential for dealing with the challenges and trials that arise along the path. The practice doesn't need to be long. Consistency is more important. Even a few minutes daily can make a big difference, allowing the chosen one to develop a clarity that transcends what the eyes see and the mind understands. In addition to meditation, affirmations are a powerful tool for mental and emotional transformation. Affirmations are positive declarations that reflect the truth the chosen one wishes to manifest and live. By repeating phrases that sustain their spiritual essence, such as "I am connected to the divine" or "I trust my purpose," they reinforce their faith and dispel doubts and skepticism. Affirmations act as daily reminders that the chosen one is guided and protected and can fully trust their journey. They help dissolve limiting thought patterns, replacing them with ideas that elevate consciousness and strengthen the spirit. Visualization is another essential practice, allowing the chosen one to project their desires and intentions into the universe. Visualizing oneself in harmony with the divine, at peace, and in full alignment with their purpose creates a powerful energetic resonance that attracts these realities into their life. During visualization, it's important for the chosen one to focus on the positive sensations and emotions they wish to feel, such as love, joy, and peace. By visualizing these emotions and images, they connect to a high vibrational frequency that paves the way for their external reality to reflect this energy. Grounding is an essential practice for those with heightened energetic sensitivity. Through grounding, the chosen one connects to the earth and energetically anchors themselves, finding balance amidst intense or challenging energies. Grounding practices like walking barefoot on the earth, practicing deep breathing, or simply visualizing roots extending from the soles of their feet to the earth's center, help the chosen one release negative energies and feel more stable and protected. This grounding process is especially important for maintaining balance during turbulent times, as grounding provides a solid foundation from which the chosen one can rise again. The connection with nature is a powerful way to nurture spiritual awakening. Nature is a pure expression of the divine, and spending time in creation strengthens the feeling of unity and presence. Observing nature's rhythm, feeling the energy of a tree, listening to the sound of running water, or simply breathing in the fresh air are simple yet profound practices that remind us of the universe's perfection and our role within it. By spending time in nature, the chosen one can align themselves with natural cycles and recharge their energies in a harmonious way. To support this awakening, journaling is a valuable tool for self-knowledge. Writing regularly about spiritual experiences, feelings, and reflections helps the chosen one organize their thoughts and observe their own growth. This spiritual diary becomes a personal record of learning and evolution, allowing the chosen one to perceive patterns and receive insights about their path. Through journaling, they can document synchronicities, messages, and intuitions, creating a deeper connection with the messages the universe sends along the journey. When performed with intention and consistency, all of these practices help the chosen one strengthen themselves and progress on their spiritual awakening. They serve as constant reminders that growth is a continuous process and that each practice serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. Spiritual awakening is a journey that unfolds day by day, and these practices are the pillars that support the chosen one as they walk, helping them rise with courage, clarity, and faith. Honoring the call and spiritual purpose is the ultimate essence of the entire journey. Upon reaching this point, the chosen one understands that life is more than just experiences and challenges. It is about answering a sacred invitation, a divine call that isn't an imposed destiny, but rather a personal choice to live a life of meaning, guided by the truth of the Spirit. Accepting this journey means recognizing that, as a chosen one, they carry a unique inner light, a mission that transcends the ordinary and has the power to touch lives around them. Every practice, every step taken, every obstacle overcome has led them to this point, where they can look back and see that each moment, each challenge, each sign and transformation was necessary for shaping them. The greater purpose is not about grandeur or external recognition. It is about being true to what is most sacred within, to what deeply resonates with the heart and soul. Honoring the call is about embracing this truth with humility, knowing that their individual journey contributes to a greater good, whether through acts of kindness, compassion, or simply living according to the highest values. In walking the path of the chosen, it's essential to remember that they are never alone, even in the most challenging phases. There is a greater force, a divine presence that accompanies, guides, and strengthens them. Even when doubts arise or when the burden feels too heavy, this force is there to remind them that their light is needed in the world. To be a chosen one is an act of courage, and in accepting this journey, they align with the power of the divine, bringing more light and peace to the world, one action and one moment at a time. By honoring their call, the chosen becomes a living example for those around them. They become proof that it is possible to live with purpose, integrity, and love. They inspire others to seek their own truth, to listen to their own call. In this way, the chosen multiplies their light, helping to awaken others to their own journeys of self-discovery and spiritual growth. In a world that often loses itself in superficialities and distractions, their presence becomes a beacon, a source of inspiration, and a reminder that there is something far greater at play, something worth pursuing. Thus, the call to honor this purpose is not merely a personal choice but also an acceptance of the role of being a channel for good, a force that contributes to collective healing, love, and evolution. Accepting this call is a commitment to truth, to love, and to the divine wisdom that guides all chosen ones. It is a promise to live a life that, despite its challenges, is always in pursuit of growth, evolution, and connection with the divine. To those who connected with this message, We invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your own journey and discoveries in the comments. Together, we can strengthen this community of chosen souls, support one another, and continue to walk this spiritual path with courage, humility, and purpose.